President Cyril Ramaphosa says efforts to avert a civil war in the dying days of apartheid remain an important point to remember when reflecting on the country's democracy. He was speaking at the 30th Freedom Day commemorations at the Union Buildings in Pretoria yesterday. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo reports.
The struggle for freedom by Black South Africans has never been easy. And while the ushering in of democracy exactly 3 decades ago meant political freedom for a once oppressed nation, President Cyril Ramaphosa acknowledges that there are still gaps.
Our task over the last 30 years has been to bridge the huge divides of wealth and opportunity in our country between black and white, between men and women, between urban and rural dwellers. We have done so not only to correct the injustices of the past, but also that we may realize the full potential of an economy in which every person has a stake and in which every person has the opportunity to make a meaningful contribution.
South Africa is now bedeviled by unemployment, rising economic stagnation, poverty and inequality. Ramaphosa says this is an urgent task.
While unemployment still remains our greatest and most pressing challenge, the number of South Africans in employment increased from 8 million in 1994 to over 16 million now.
As Ramaphosa continued his speech, where he continuously emphasized that no one must be left behind, it became evident that not all present in the room shared his sentiment.
Freedom, we are not free. 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 We are being left behind. We are not included. So we are fighting for us to be included, to be given skills, to be given employment in order to work for ourselves. So what is happening in the country is not good.
Ramaphosa, through quoting founding father Nelson Mandela, has called on the youth to take over the human rights baton as the efforts to undo the injustices of the past continue. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo at the Union Buildings in Tshwane.